Who has not heard of the fabled Silifi of crimson stars? A mighty axe fashioned during the earliest years of the Garun nation on Isfar, and used to carve out a new land for the desert princes of Derith amid the mesa and dunes of this new land. Swift and sharp, the Silifi crackled with the electricity of a slumbering storm. Who has not heard of Wari al-Saim, the warrior who last wielded the blade? He bade his master farewell and struck out across the trackless sands of the Amun desert and was never seen again. I asked the same question of Sigil and his knights one night as they feasted. The very next day, they had gone in search. Wari is said to have lost the weapon at last in a dungeon deep beneath the sands when he finally met his doom. The Silifi surely remains in those depths, awaiting a new wielder with the courage to bring it back to the sunlit lands. Though death is seldom permanent for we humans on Derith, there is nonetheless a growing number of undead. Mostly the risen forms of those who died before discovering the life stones. Some evil magic is touching the slain and raising them to wreak vengeance on the living. The Mu-Miya were such foul creatures whose bodies had been preserved by arcane art. They were the guardians of the tomb, the last resting place of Wari al-Saim. Lord Tarrant of Hagal had wielded an axe in the service of the Rune Guard for many years. It was he who reached for the broken shaft of the legendary weapon and swore an oath to return it to its former glory. The parched sands of the Amun desert held many secrets. None were so well kept as the house of Kenya bint Iswaz, the great Garundim sorceress. So remote was her dwelling that the merciless sun itself acted as her guard. Any journey to seek her out must be made at night. The Rune Guard traveled many leagues on foot, searching for her hideaway. The sorceress clearly wanted to be left alone. She was guarded by great iron golems, mindless servants fashioned by Empyrean magics. And the door to her home could only be forced aside with magic. Iswaz had known al-Saim. Perhaps even they had shared the same bed. She certainly knew of the Silifi of crimson stars and could help restore the weapon's power. Lord Tarrant presented her with the weapon's haft. "Great Kenya bint Iswaz," he said, "I bring you the remains of the Silifi of crimson stars in the hope you might return its glory." If the sorceress thought anything of the intrusion, she didn't say. She simply murmured a spell, and the axe was as good as new. Well, almost.